I don't see why I should have to hold my own card. David Attenborough doesn't hold his own card. Or Gordon Ramsay. Good morning, children. I'm here today to talk to you about space rock. Now, space rock isn't an empty area where you keep your boulders. No, indeed. Space rock is a type of music that's a little like this. Now, as you can tell, space rock is divided into two portions. There's space and there's rock. So first let's deal with space. What is space? Where is space? Why is it so very, very boring? Well, space only appears at night. It's not around at all during the day. Then there's a bit of it at tea time, and then after that there's loads of it all over the place. A bit too much if you ask me. I think it's a bit of a show-off, doesn't it, sitting up there full of stars, all smug? And space looks like this. Now, many people think space is very big. This isn't true. It's quite small, about the size of an average car park. There is also a misconception about the bright lights we see in the sky at night. Some mistakenly assume these are stars. They are not. So what are they, I hear you ask? Well, please don't shout out in the middle of a lecture, I reply. There'll be plenty of time for questions at the end. And while we're at it, please stop playing those bagpipes. It's very off-putting. That's space dealt with. What about rock? Rock is a type of music played by delinquents and longhairs, and it's a little bit like this. Ghastly, isn't it? So if we put together the boring, showy, offy rubbishness of space with the horrible, time-wasting, probably criminal elements of rock, we get space rock, which, as we know, is like this. Space rock was popular for 18 months in the early 1970s and ended when the world's supply of glitter was exhausted. Then punk was born. Exponents of space rock included Little Timmy Hodges and his Galaxy of Sound, the Space Weasels, Splodge Nag Splong Spling, Arthur Chestington and his Galaxy of Sound, the Windpipes and Hawkwind. So now you know all about space rock, you can go about and start your own space rock bands. Though I wouldn't advise it. Good night. I suppose you want me to hold that card up again? Well, I won't. It's insulting. I have a degree. And a BMX.
Hello.
Hello.
So, what's your favourite thing about space?
My favourite thing about space, I think, is probably the stars. I like the stars quite a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
That's an interesting choice.
I'm from the countryside, so you can see the stars a lot better from there than you can in London.
How about planet-wise? What do you favour there?
My favourite planet, I'd say, is Saturn.
Why?
I don't know, it's Saturn because I like the way it sounds. It sounds a bit like a... it's got quite a glam sound to it, Saturn. I think it's good.
It sounds a bit like Batten.
It does sound a bit like that. To be honest with you, it's the first planet that came to my mind.
Mercury or Venus? Which one is better and why?
Venus is better. It's in the Rosillo song, Venus, so that's why it's better.
That's a good answer. If you had a robot, what services would you wish it to provide for you?
I'd have it bring me tea, I think. Everything really. I'd make it, like a proper butler. It'd do whatever I needed it to do really. I'm a very lazy man.
What robot name would you give it?
54.
That's not a name, that's a number.
Yeah, but if I give my robot a human name, I might get confused and start treating it like a person.
That's true. But that wouldn't be so bad. So how would you treat it otherwise?
Well, I don't want to get too attached to a robot. It might be, I don't know, I might end up getting some sort of trouble,
How do you mean?
I don't know. I didn't think that through.
Can you do any impressions of space weaponry?
That's a laser gun. Any good?
Very good. That wasn't too bad.
Thank you very much.
Anything else?
I think that's it. That's like a lightsaber.
If you were faced with a laser beam firing space octopus, how would you react?
I'd run away.
What about if you were in zero gravity?
I'd float away.
Do you have any wish to go into space?
Yeah, I think it'd be fun, maybe. Not at the moment, it looks a bit dangerous. I'll wait till Muse have tested it out by going into space, and then I'll go and make sure that it's safe.
Muse?
Muse apparently can be the first band playing in space.
Would you like that? To be the first band playing in space?
I'd like Muse to go into space and maybe not come back.
What's the point of a band playing in space?
I don't know. You can't really hear things in space, can you?
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
In space, no one can hear rock star fans scream.
That's true.
Do you have a favourite space-based television show or movie?
Space-based. Futurama. I love the Futurama cartoon. That's very good. That's sort of space-based, isn't it?
It's in the future.
Yeah, but they go into space.
Occasionally. Have you enjoyed our conversation today?
I've loved it. It's been great. Thanks.
What was your favourite part?
My favourite part was making the space noises for the guns and the lightsaber.
Would you like to do that again? I don't think we had the lightsaber the first time round.
Oh, we didn't know though. I was saving it for a finale.
Okay, then do it one more time.
Coming up in part 2, we meet Dr.
The Cybermen.
Miss High Leg Kick judges the dance war. There's more from Robots in Disguise. And who is this maniac? See you back at the Brat Shack.
Brat Shack, whoa.